Geometry, Abeka Geometry, Construction 15. So, Construction 15 is a bit of a mouthful. It is to construct a segment of a circle in which a given angle can be inscribed upon a given straight line, this line again, as a chord. So, what in the world does all that mean? So, if you remember, a segment of a circle is kind of like a section of a circle, or less than a semicircle, maybe greater than a semicircle. So what we're trying to create here is we want a circle with a segment being like this. All right. So we want this segment to be equal to line A. Well, this chord that creates a segment equal to line A, and somewhere in the segment we want angle A to subtend the chord and the segment. So this is what we want to construct. All right. Now, how in the world do we do that when the only thing we're given is a line and an angle? Well, we start by reconstructing the angle. So first thing we're going to do is take our straight edge. All right, and then no, this will work. I'm going to put a baseline to construct my angle, right? So, use my straight edge, I draw a straight line. Now, go to my compass. Remember, sharp end of your compass likes points, and your pencil end likes to create new points. So I go to my angle, and I'm going to do an angle reconstruction of angle A, right? So I set my compass to a specific distance, I put an arc that goes through both ends, then I come over here to this end point, and I'm going to create a similar arc, and I have to make sure that arc is big enough to go through the other end. Now, once I've created these arcs, then I go here and I go ahead and I measure the distance. Put the sharp end on one of these points, and then I put the pencil end on the other point. And I put a testing mark to make sure that it's set at the right distance. Right there. Great. Then from here I go to this point right here, and I finish reconstructing the angle. Alright. Now I take my straight edge, line up the end point and this point, and I've just reconstructed angle A. Alright, so that's the first part. Now, the next part is I need to get line A across here to create a triangle similar to this one. Now, the cool thing is I've got a lot of freedom in how I do this part. So first, I'm going to measure off line A, put the sharp end on one end, extend my compass, put a testing mark, make sure it's the same length. Alright, once I've done that, then I can take my compass and I'll put it on one of these lines. Right? Doesn't totally matter which one. And put it somewhere on one of these lines. And I just want it to fit to where when I put it on this line and I make an arc, it will cross through the other line, right? Now the interesting thing is when I do this, I have to make sure that I mark the point that I use for the sharp point, all right? So this point I'm going to mark with red so that way I know where it is, right? And then once I have that point, I go ahead and put my arc through the other end here to create the other point, right? So what that does is from here to here is the exact same distance as line A. So I'll go ahead and construct line A by connecting those 2 points. And we're almost done. We're getting there. All right, so now I have line A. Now remember, line A is supposed to be a chord, and angle A is supposed to be inscribed in the circle. So in order to create a circumscribed circle around this triangle, I need to find the circumcenter. And if you remember, we find the circumcenter by bisecting two or three sides of the triangle. Right. So I'll go ahead and I'll draw a perpendicular bisector of line A. Oh no. What has happened? Okay, nope, there we go. Alright, so my focus is messed up. That's what has happened. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I got a little nervous for it because I looked up at my computer and my camera program looked like it had closed, but I must have knocked my mouse and minimized it. Alright, so I'm going to bisect line A here. Alright. And whoop. Okay, cool. And I'll go ahead and put this in orange. That way I don't get confused. So my bisectors will be in orange. Alright, so there is one. Alright, and then I gotta make another one. I'll go ahead and use this bottom line here. Alright, so one more perpendicular bisector coming right up. There's an arc above. That looks similar. Alright, and then we'll do arc below. Oops. Alright. So, got off camera there, but created the arcs above and below for this line. I'll line it up, and there we go. So this is approximately my circumcenter. Now, if you remember the last thing I do from this point, take the sharp end of my compass, put it on the circumcenter, then I take the pencil end and I set it to equal one of the vertices. Alright, and then from there, I draw my circumscribed circle, which I missed one tiny bit right there. There we go. Alright, so now I've successfully completed construction 15. So essentially this is one of our previous constructions just being added on top of the construction of this triangle right here. And the main thing for the construction of this triangle is I construct angle A, which is what I did here in green. I extend the lines, and then I measure off line A, which you see in the red. I mark one point on one end of A, and then I move the arc until it crosses the other line on angle A to create this ideal triangle here. Once I've created this triangle, then I simply find the circumcenter and construct the circumscribed circle, and that is construction 15. If you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I will see you in class.